So my mama told me that if you do not have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. Well, I'm sorry, mama.
Big Dash knows what?
The New York Giants versus the San Francisco 49ers. The New York Giants lose to the San Francisco 49ers 30-12. I was in the building. I sat next to a wonderful family from Long Island, two brothers and their kids. And, we're rooting for the Giants. And surprisingly so, pretty much my section had a lot of Giants fans in it. I had the guys next to me. The guy behind me was a Giants fan. The guy in front of me was a Giants fan, and there was a row in front of that also had about 8 Giants fans in it. So we were sprinkled around in the building. The New York Giants showed up pretty well, but it was a sea of red in that stadium. It was the home opener for the San Francisco 49ers. It was packed. The energy was real. And you know what? Outside of the game itself, it was a good experience. The people were friendly. Didn't have any issues with the crowd, fans, a little trash talk back and forth, but nothing crazy. We've seen videos of San Francisco 49er games and pretty much San Fran fans fighting San Fran fans. So beautiful stadium, beautiful event outside of the game. Now let's talk about this game just a little bit. After coming off of the Arizona game where Jalen Hyatt had 2 big plays, 2 big catches, 2 big plays. Where was Jalen Hyatt yesterday? I can probably count on one hand how many snaps he really got. And then I don't even know if he was targeted. I can't remember. I have not rewatched the game again. I only am talking from the experience of being at the game and what I saw live. And me and the guy next to me were sitting like, where's Hyatt? I saw him on the bench a lot, and then when he was out there, it was almost like he was a decoy. I don't know what was going on. I have a lot of issues with this game. Starting with the offensive line. So I find out at game time that Shane Lemieux is the starting left guard going into this game. What happened to Glowinski? I know Glowinski's not a world beater at all, but he is for sure better than Shane Lemieux. And we saw last night again that he's better than Shane Lemieux. And excuse my voice, I'm a little bit congested, a little bit hoarse, possibly. Hopefully I'm not coming down with anything, but I can hear it a little bit when I'm talking. Hopefully it's not too distracting. But I'm just thinking about this game like there was an opportunity for the Giants. You start off the game, it's 3-3. The Giants are right where they need to be. Defense gets a stop and stuff like that. You're hoping that the defense gets a stop. Say Kayvon Thibodeau gets a sack. You're like, yeah, okay, these guys came to play. DJ Davidson, even though that was a head scratcher between him and Jordan Riley, I was like, okay, cool. DJ Davidson actually made some plays before he got hurt. I think he hyperextended his elbow or something like that. He got caught up under the pile. But DJ Davidson didn't have a bad game in comparison to, last week. But you know who did have a bad game yesterday? Where's Leonard Williams? He had 1 tackle for loss, I believe. Did his thing as a little stomp and all that. But where were the playmakers at on defense? We couldn't stop the run for anything. And we couldn't tackle. Between McCaffrey and Deebo Samuels, maybe 15, 20 broken tackles, probably. It is disgusting. It's fundamentals. What is going on? I didn't see Kayvon Thibodeau drop back in the flat as much. I guess that was a part of the game plan. But we didn't see really much of anything. You couldn't tackle. McKinney, McFadden was missing tackles. I can't even. It was just sad. Darnay Holmes with penalties. What happened to Deontay Banks, I still don't know. I haven't read anything. This is early in the morning. I'm recording this. This is the day after, of course. Again, I'm a little stuffed up, a little congested. And I'm just like, you had a chance. Even when it was 20-12. It was 20-12. We scored a touchdown with Breda. The defense gets the stop. It's 20-12. We get the ball and we do nothing with it. Nothing. And some of the play calling is head scratches because it seems like every first down we would run that little wide receiver to the flat, whether it was Wandale, Paris Campbell. It was like good for 2 yards, 1 yard. Maybe the max was like 4 yards. And it's like, this is not it. This is not what we should be doing. We're pretty much, taking what the defense gave us. And we already know that does not work for the New York Giants. You have to push the ball. And for anybody saying that Brian Daboll did not call plays last week, yesterday was the validation of, yes, he did call plays. Because I did not see him once on the sideline with a play sheet covering his face and calling plays. I didn't see that. And you know what else I didn't see? I didn't see the aggressiveness of pushing the ball downfield. Now, the few times that he did push the ball down the field, or tried to, he had a couple of drops. There were a couple of big drops from Waller. Can't happen. Some of those are the quarterback's fault, and some of those were Waller dropping the pass. And it's just crazy to me that we're seeing this. And again, right now the New York Giants are 1-2. In predictions, a lot of predictions, people were like, you know what, if we can get to 2-2, we're going to be, after 4 weeks, we're going to be in a good spot. And that's absolutely possible. But I don't want to talk about the bright side right now. I want to complain, I want to vent, and I want to rant about this game because I was in there in person. Paid my hard-earned money for these tickets. Like I said, it was a wonderful experience. Great experience. The fans were fantastic. They were welcoming, no issues, just a little bit of trash talk, but no issues at all. But you pay your money for a game, you want to see a product, and it's just like, wow. And I understand. Andrew Thomas wasn't there. Saquon Barkley wasn't there. I understand. Ben Bredesen wasn't there. You're missing a lot of guys. But the guys that did play, there were some opportunities out there, or there should have been some opportunities out there for us to push the ball. And it seemed like, you know what? No, we'll just take the 3-yard outs and we won't try to do anything. And I felt that way. Brightwell had a nice screen pass, I will say that. I think he got about 18 yards on that. And you know what? The crowd had got quiet. Once it was 20, once Brady scored that touchdown, and it was, it was 20 to 12. We went for 2, got sacked going for 2. Don't know what that was about, but yeah, 20 to 2. And it's just like 20 to 12. You're absolutely right where you want to be in a game against the San Francisco 49ers. You're one possession away in this game. And this is the San Francisco 49ers. Now, this ended up being one of those I like to call a slow blowout. It was a slow blowout. Through 3 quarters, the New York Giants were within striking distance for the most part. They were playing a game. It was competitive. If you want to say it was competitive. But I'm just sitting here like, you kind of knew that nothing was going to happen. That was the vibe in the stadium for the Giants fans. You kind of, you were hoping. There wasn't an expectation, okay, we're going to push, because the whole game we did not push the ball downfield. Not one deep shot. Not one. It is just like, something has to give. I can't blame it just on Andrew Thomas and Saquon Barkley not being there. You have to push the ball. You have to, even if the shot is not, even if it's not going to be a perfect shot, you have to let your wide receivers try to make a play. Or you have to give them a chance to even try to make the play. Throw the ball. Not just the dinking and dunking. And again, the protection was not there. The pressures were there for the San Francisco 49ers. But guess what? We were getting pressure on Brock Purdy too. We were getting pressure on Brock Purdy. But I'm just telling you, just to see it live and just see the lack of energy on the sideline. There was a lack of fire and a lack of energy on the sideline. And to see it live is crazy. It's crazy. From the start of the game, I saw Fred Warner warm up his team. He was going crazy. Fired up. Home open. He was fired up. The team was fired up with him. I look at the Giants side. And, they're getting warmed up But it was just like, I can't imagine what they were saying to each other, but it wasn't the same type of energy. And it seems like we're lacking the fire and lacking that energy still. Kayvon got a sack. Where was the energy? Kayvon got a sack. They were third and long 2 times on that drive, and it still ended up being a scoring drive for the San Francisco 49ers. And it's just like, you were right there. You had a chance. It's 20-12. No excuses. No excuses. Within striking distance, and nothing happened. And that's going to be a problem, moving forward. We have to take the chances, whether it's Daniel Jones, whether it's the play calling, whether it's whatever. We have to take the chances. We're not going to win any games if we don't take the chances. And I'm just tired of it. I am tired of it. I'm glad I got that out my system. This is a rant, not even a review of the game. There's nothing to review. We saw it. Everybody saw it. Thursday Night Football, another primetime game where the New York Giants look like what? And then we got another primetime game Monday night, next Monday, against the Seattle Seahawks. And we better look better. We better look better than that. Take the shots down the field, whether they're there or not. Let these guys make a play. We saw it last week. You just threw it up to Jalen Hyde. What did he do? He made a play. Darius Slayton, what did he do? He made a play. Darren Waller, he made a play. Let these guys make plays. And for the play calling, call some shots down the field. I hate the flat. The 3-yard flat is whack. It's whack. Especially on first down. Congratulations to Wan'Dale Robinson. First game back. Got himself a couple of catches. Fantastic. But outside of that, man, we got to do better as a team. Coaching has to coach better. The defense has to tackle. How many missed tackles were there? Deebo Samuels broke what seemed to be like 5-6 tackles on one of those third downs. So instead of the New York Giants receiving a punt, the 49ers are in the red zone. Like, it's crazy to me. McCaffrey breaking tackles. And it wasn't even like it was bums trying to make the tackles. It was our starters making the tackles, trying to make the tackles. And we couldn't get it done. McCaffrey's not that big. I saw him in person. He's not that big of a guy. He's shifty, but he should not be running through tackles. He shouldn't be running through tackles. So I don't know, man. It's just a lot, especially in person, and then dealing with the traffic. Took me 2 hours to drive home, so maybe that's another reason why I feel the way that I feel. Because I guess that ride home after a victory would have felt like nothing. It would have been fantastic. But when you have a 2-hour drive back home after a loss, it just sucks even more. But yeah, so that's going to be my review of the New York Giants versus San Francisco 49ers. Again, I'm upset about the game. Bright spot is this. Andrew Thomas should be back. Bredesen should be back. Saquon Barkley should be back. I'm pretty sure Dable's going to speak to whoever he needs to speak to in order to be more aggressive with the plays. And if it's Daniel Jones that needs to be more aggressive with throwing the ball down the field, then so be it. But something has to happen. It's 3 weeks in. And for, that's 12 quarters. We've only been balling for maybe 3 of the 12 quarters. 3 of the 12 quarters. It's just maddening. Maddening. So I'm going to leave it at that. I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Seattle next week. Let's go.